In the fall of 2020, Vanguard came with a brand new tripod called the VEO3 Plus, which I have in my hand right here. And this is the new upgraded version over the Ultra Pro 2 Plus, which was the previous model, and a lot of really nice upgrades, nice features that they built into the new one, and I loved it. Been using it since last fall, and really happy with this tripod. Now, about a month ago, Vanguard sent me this new tripod, another one. It's the VEO3T, and the T stands for travel tripod. So what they've done, they've taken all the features of this tripod and just shortened it into this one here. So as you can see, it's about 8 inches shorter than the VEO3 Plus. So for those of you who like to travel a lot and need a smaller, more compact tripod, this is the way to go right here. A little bit lighter, obviously, because it is shorter and smaller. Doesn't go quite as high in terms of height as the VEO3 Plus does, but I'm 5'11", and by the time I take it all the way up with the camera on it, I'm about eye level, so it does get up pretty high. This comes in different versions, so you're going to see it with a ball head, you're going to see it without a ball head, you're going to see it in carbon fiber, aluminum, and different versions of this, so there's a lot of options when you're purchasing. I'm not going to go through the features in this little video because they are the same as the VEO3 Plus features, and I'm going to include a video at the end of this one so you can see all the features on this tripod, and you're also going to get them on the new VEO3T tripod.
Hey Macro Geeks, it's Mike Motes again, and today I'm unveiling the new Vanguard VEO3 Plus tripod. For the last 3 years I've been using the Vanguard Ultra Pro 2 Plus 263AT tripod, and I've told people many times that it is the best tripod for the macro photographer. Vanguard contacted me, said they're sending out a new version, and I was a little bit worried because I didn't know if it was going to be a big improvement, a little improvement, or maybe it's worse. So I was a little concerned, and I was excited to see what they came up with. And so got it today, and I have to say it's huge improvement over the Ultra Pro 2 Plus 263AT. So I'm really excited to show this to you. So let's get started. Alright, so like most tripods, it comes with a bag, nice carrying case, and it has strap system here that you can throw over your shoulder. It's got clips here so you can detach the strap from the bag, and it's cushioned, so it's a nice bag. Let's open it up here, take a look at the tripod. Now when I first pull it out of the bag, first thing I notice is the really cool looking feel of the tripod. I like that they used a matte finish rather than a shiny finish. I don't really care for shiny finishes on my legs and my body, so it has a matte finish, kind of low luster. I like that. And I also love all this nice silver colored aluminum parts that, you know, the controls that make this tripod work. I just think it looks really sharp. With the contrast of that silver against the black. It looks really good. Also, all the knobs and the controls and everything are all designed so they fit perfectly within my thumbs when I'm turning the knobs. It just works really well, so I like that a lot. Alright, so I'm going to move this table out of the way so I can set it up and show you some of the nice features of this tripod. Alright, so let's start off with the legs. This is a 3-section tripod, so in other words a VEO263, and that 3 stands for 3 section. So you've got the 1 section, you've got a nice rubber control here that you release half a turn. You got your 2nd section there, and then another half a turn, you got your 3rd section. I actually prefer the 3-section tripods, but Vanguard will also have a 4 sections, and the 4 section allows it to collapse down smaller so that you can use it for like travel. But for me personally, I tend to like the 3-section better. All right, now the Ultra Pro 2 Plus that I had, when the legs would get loose, all right, because eventually they loosen as you use it more and more. When you first buy it, these legs will be a little stiff when you start moving them out. They had a cap system on each side here that you would have to take apart, and you'd have to get inside and try to make adjustments, and it was a little difficult in order to tighten those legs down when they get loose. This one here, they've got them exposed on the outside, so there's like a set screw that you can put an Allen wrench in each side and you can tighten it down, so it's much easier to make the adjustment if these legs start to get loose. So I like that. Another really nice feature that they came up with is when we want to take this leg and take the leg all the way like you see it there. Typically on most tripods they would have the release lever like right in this area here, and you kind of have to, you know, take your hand around to get your thumb on it. But when you go to grab a tripod and you grab the leg, naturally your thumb lands on the side. And so what they did is they put this button on the side of it so that when I go to release the leg, my thumb lands right perfectly on that button, pushes it in, and it releases the leg. So I like that a lot. It's just a really cool design that they built into this. So that's pretty cool. All right, and let's set it up and show you some of the other features. So I've been using the Vanguard tripods for many years, and the reason being is that they have a feature in their tripods that no other tripod has, and it makes it the perfect tripod for the macro photographer. And of course it's a great tripod for any type of photography, but especially for macro photographers. So this has a control over here that releases the center post, so we can rise the center post up. And then when we get it all the way to the point where it stops, there's a lever here that we release the lever out, and this goes horizontal. All right, so this is a big benefit, as I said, for macro photography, because a lot of times we're getting over top of subjects that we want to shoot down on. Maybe we're doing tabletop photography, you want to get over top of that table. I've had this in many situations where I've been, you know, at a railing of a bridge, and I could get my camera out over that railing. So perfect feature. Okay, now Manfrotto's had a tripod that does the same thing. It has a horizontal center post, but the problem is with the Manfrotto is that theirs only goes horizontal, and if we need to move the camera closer to the subject or farther away from the subject, we have to do it with all three legs, which is a hassle to have to adjust all three legs to get this camera up and down. So the great feature about the Vanguard tripod is that this little lever control, which release allows the camera to go up and down now. See, so that's the benefit of this, and that's what I say. This has got, you know, a nice feature that is hard to find on any other tripod, so we can adjust it up and down. All right, now one of the complaints that I used to hear from people is that when they would take the camera way out, it would have a tendency sometimes to maybe tip over because of the weight of the camera. And they needed something to counterbalance, but on the past tripod, the Ultra Pro 2 Plus didn't have anything to hook on a counterbalance. So what they did was they designed this little system here that'll screw in the end here, and we just screw that in, and it has a hook that you can hang a counterweight, maybe your photo bag can hang on here, and that'll give it a counterbalance so that this thing's not going to tip over on you. I've actually had mine out extended almost fully, and I've never really had a problem with it, but I don't really have a real heavy SLR with a heavy lens on it. So if you had maybe a big expensive pro body and a heavy lens, a 180 or 200 lens on here, it would be a little bit tipsy on that end. Okay, so they designed this, so that's a feature that they added into that they didn't have on the previous tripod. Okay. So that's a nice feature, and again, it'll make people happy when they want to counterbalance that system. So let's say you're doing a little bit of landscape photography with this tripod, and you're out there in windy conditions, and you want to add a little weight at the base here to anchor that tripod down. We can take that little system that I just showed you that we hook into the base of the center post when we counterbalance. We can also add it in to the base here, and then use this hook to hang our camera bag from, and so that will help anchor the tripod when you're out in windy conditions. All right, before I move on with the next really cool feature of this tripod, I just want to point out two other little things. It does have a little bubble level right here on the base of the tripod. Nice little bubble level for leveling for landscape photography. And it also has a big heavy duty hook here. So again, you can hook something on here if you need to probably put another weight on there or whatever, but it has a nice hook there. All right, now the really cool feature about this tripod is that it center post raises up, goes out, has a little button right here. We push this button and that allows this center post to release and come right out. Now over on this side here, one of the legs unscrews. All right, and now we bring that center post back in and screw the center post onto the leg, and guess what? We've got a monopod. It's so cool. It's got a monopod. All right, now when I go to a botanical garden, many times you'll hear them say, well, we don't allow tripods because it's too crowded and we don't want tripods. But my tripod now will convert into a monopod, and they'll allow me to bring a monopod in. So that's really cool. When you extend the legs all the way out, it goes up to 72 inches. So actually taller than me. So amazing, amazing. We got a tripod and a monopod in one system. I've got one more really cool feature here to show you. We're going to raise this center post up. I'm going to take it out so it goes horizontal again, lock her down. And they've got a really cool tool here that you can attach to the other end of the center post, lock it down. Now we can have our camera out here, and we could add another camera over here, so you could have two cameras working. Or maybe you want to put a lighting system over here, add a light on here, or maybe a monitor to monitor what's coming through your camera. So that's a really cool feature too. That's another thing that, again, these engineers and designers put a lot of thought into this system here, so that's pretty cool. All right, so I covered everything on the tripod, but now I want to talk about the head that comes with this combo system there. This is the VEO3T 263AB. A stands for aluminum tripod, and the B stands for the ball head. They also sell this with a pan head, and they also are going to sell it in a carbon fiber, I believe. So the head system is a really nice solid ball head. It's got big aluminum knobs on it, easy to control. This whole system here handles 33 pounds. That's a lot of weight. I'm nowhere near, not even anywhere near 33 pounds, but even if you had a big heavy system with a big lens, I'm sure you wouldn't hit 33 pounds even with that. But anyways, really, really good heavy duty tripod. Now, Arca Swiss system here allows me to use my L bracket so I can go from horizontal to vertical, and it also comes with a plate so that you can attach your camera on there. So the plate comes with the ball head, and then also has a bubble head, a second bubble head. So you have one on your base of your tripod, but you also have one here on the receiver here in the ball head. So you could actually take your camera out, level this receiver, and then put your camera on top of it. So that's a nice little added feature there. So really, really excellent system. And this runs $249, I believe. I looked on their website, said that was $249. They don't have any in yet. I was told that the shipment for these are going to come in sometime in August, mid-August, maybe late August, and then they're going to have to ship them out to the dealers. So they don't have them quite in stock yet, but you're going to have to wait maybe another month or longer before they're available. But at $249 with the head, that's a heck of a price. Now, I'm not sure what it's going to run without the head, if you just need the tripod, but I'm sure they'll have that set up and get a price up on their website for that. Or, like I say, when the dealers have them, then they'll be able to sell you just a tripod if that's all you need, but they have them in combos too, like you see here. So, really, really like the tripod, the new upgrades they've done on it. And that's not to say that if you still own the old, Ultra Pro 2 Plus 263 or 264 AT, those are excellent tripods still. I mean, I was doing great work with what I had, but I do really like the new features that they've built into this tripod. And so if you're looking to upgrade, check it out. And hopefully, like I say, soon they'll have them in stock.